Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. It's a new month. We've got a new board game bento at our doorstep. Now, Board Game Bento is one of the numerous geeky boxes out there. This one delivers a bunch of games to your doorstep every single month. It's a little bit expensive. It's like $60 for a box, but you generally get your money's worth as far as the games themselves. And every month it's neat because you get a theme of games. There's always a theme. It's interesting stuff, and so far I feel like you get your money's worth. It's worth it as a service. If you want a game night in a box, this is kind of what it's geared towards. This isn't necessarily geared towards hardcore fans, but you get some really interesting things throughout. So this month the theme is for science. So a whole bunch of science-related games. So tabletop gaming can be summed up as team math set to a theme. And if you think about it, so can science. Chemistry, working together to stop explosions with math. Physics, working together to crush things with math. Biology, working together to keep things alive with math. Sure, we play games for fun, but we also play them for science. And now I have Thomas Dolby's Blind with Science is going through my head. So let's go through this and show off what is inside. And so first up we've got Antidote. It's a game of 2 to 7 players, playtime 20 to 30 minutes, a game of deduction, deception, and morality. So it's designed by Dennis Hoyle. It's from Bellwether Games and Lune. It's a toxin is running through your veins. Can you decide the antidote before it's too late? Antidote is a deadly fun card game for up to 7 players with rules for as few as 2. So it looks like it's pretty flexible in what you're doing, which makes it a pretty good thing. Now, I tend to not be able to get tons of players together for game nights regularly, so I like 1-player and 2-player games. So this is making me very, very happy. With it, you get 102 cards. There's 64 formula cards, 8 syringe cards, 3 clinical trial cards, 3 placebo cards, 8 ID badge cards, 8 lab romance cards, 7 player aid cards, 1 my turn card, and 1 rule book. So that is a lot of stuff in there. As I said, ages 13 and up, 2 to 7 players, 20 to 30 minutes. And it looks like it normally retails for about $18. You can get it for about $15 on Amazon, a little bit more than $15. And rating, according to Board Game Geek, the Geek rating is 5.859. The average rating is 6.47 from 516 people. So, a decent rating. All right, next we've got Mad Science Foundation. So as misunderstood geniuses, commonly referred to as the unwashed masses as mad scientists. Your goal is to be taken seriously by the mainstream science community and the world. You see only one path to do this. Cow them into accepting you by creating amazing and terrifying inventions that maximize your infamy. Unfortunately, the Mad Science Foundation, which you rely on for your funding, has decided to encourage collaboration by awarding resources to groups of mad scientists for them to split fairly. Collect the resources you need from this foundation grants, swipe the resources your competitors need from those same grants, and make the maddest inventions to win. Sounds interesting. It's easy to learn. Number of players 2 to 4, ages 15 and up, time to play 30 to 40 minutes. So we've got 2 games that, in that 30-minute range. Let's see what else. It's got 87 game cards, 4 minion standees, 1 game board, 4 player markers, and 1 rule book. You can go and check it out here. And it's retails for about $25, or you can get it about $20, $21. So right now we're at 25 plus 18, 35, 43, about $35 to $43 for the 2 games. All right, next up we've got Compounded, Better Gaming Through Chemistry from the lab of Daryl Louder. This is Dice Hate Me Games. This is not one that I know about. Let's see here. So it's not just another day at the lab. In Compounded, players take on roles of lab managers, competing to complete the most compounds with carefully managed elements before they are finished by others or destroyed in a lab explosion. There's a fair share of pressure luck tension and strategic planning, but the most successful scientists will often strike a good trade with their fellow lab mates. Players may freely trade elements, lab tools, and even favors if there's truly honor among scientists. It's got 68 compound cards, thick card workbenches for each player, lab tools, flame tokens, wild element tokens, fire extinguisher, 100 element, plastic elements, wooden player, start player, lab key, element bag, blah, blah. Alright, so it's for 2 to 5 scientists, 30 to 90 minutes for ages 13 and up. So far that seems to be most of the games like that. This one, so rating's actually not that bad. 6.4 geek rating, 6.9 average rating from almost 1,500 people on Board Game Geeks. That's pretty solid. So it retails for about $35 or a little under $25 on Amazon. So what I was at was 43 or 35, so 43, 73, so $78 or $60 right now. So we're at $78 or $60 between the two, which is not that bad. We also got Compounded Chemical Chaos. It's a promotional expansion pack to mix in more strategic play and chaos to the game. The Chemical Chaos Pack has 14 new components and 1 additional lab fire to add to the game of Compounded. These mix in more strategic play and chaos to the game. You know, the game sounds a lot of fun. I'm a science geek, so I'm kind of quite happy about that. And then finally, we've got a Board Game Bento calculator. For the it's not opening. There we go. So we got a nice calculator. For the accessory, we strongly considered a Board Game Bento pocket protector. It seemed unique and on topic. But at the end of the day, does anyone really use pocket protectors? Seriously, does anyone message us if you do? I'm generally curious. Instead of an accessory that's probably destined for the stuff of drawer in your kitchen, they went with an indispensable tool of science, Board Game Bento calculator, not just a Marvel Electronics. Click on the screen guard for, if you prefer, blast shield release and watch physics in action. So, we also have a nice calculator to help you keep track of scores and what have you in the games. It doesn't seem to want to cooperate. Oh, there we go. Nice, simple, easy. So overall, we're seeing it's about, not including the calculator, it's, you know, $70-something worth of games retail and about $40-something in discount. And I like the theme. The theme's kind of cool. There's a nice mix of games. It seems like a lot of card-based games, which doesn't shock me at all. But overall, a good combination of games. The next month's theme is called Game Plan, which should be interesting. If you want your own Board Game Bento, you can order it from the link below. It is not an affiliate link. I just like board games, so this is one I want to promote. So you can go check this out. Yeah, another month, another interesting mix of board games. As always, thank you for watching. You can catch us every single day at graphicpolicy.com. Of course, we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep rolling those die and keep it geeky.